shit, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing out there? This is Intergalactic Interviews, and this is episode 145. How the fuck are you right now? Are you enjoying yourselves? Are you having a good week? I had a pretty goddamn good week. I went to a resort, and I've been chilling in a private hot tub overlooking the ocean on a cliff for the last, 4 days. And then I realized I'd come back to reality. Why? Because two amazing gentlemen are now in front of me, in front of this podcast studio. And I gotta tell you, one of these guys I've been waiting to meet for a long time, Mr. Luke Whittle. I'm very, very happy to have you here on the show.
Thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure. I'll give you a proper intro here in a second here, Luke. Don't worry about it. And his compatriot, his comrade, to his immediate left, my right. I wanted you all to know him and I have been friends for pretty close to 20 years, maybe more. No, let's pull it back. Let's say 15. Let's say strong 15. Strong 15 years. And we cut our teeth in the industry together. And then we went our separate ways. And now we've somehow met back up along the way with many travels and adventures and experiences to collect from. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show. I am very proud to have them on, and my goodness, am I ever long-winded with intros these days. Fucking, we have Luke Whittle from Headspace Live and Bamboo Bass, and Marc Goatley of Marked Up. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys? How you guys doing?
Great.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Are you?
We should distinguish which is which because you just announced both, and they're.
I did say my left, your right.
I know, but as an audio listener, how would you discern that?
Smart. Smart Mart over here.
Yeah.
Fucking okay, I'm gonna describe the clothing.
Okay.
In the
for the audio listeners,
yeah,
you're describing the clothing. That's great. No, it's a really good idea. It's a really good idea.
This is still going great, yeah. on the cam left right now, on the view on the cam left, in the stunning yellicious yellow. Ooh, yellicious.
Damn.
We have Luke Whittle, and in the
maybe Luke should talk so that his voice can be understood on the
yeah.
audio
Voice
side.
tag yourself, Luke Whittle.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Ooh,
nice.
That was sultry. Well done. Nice sounds.
Yeah.
And then in the let's see, in the gregarious gray, we have champion, Lord Overlord here, Marc Goatley.
Oh, wow. Hello, guys.
Hello, back to you.
That was the best voice tag.
You kind of sound like the same person now.
Yeah. What the fuck? All right, let's wake the fuck up. You guys just did some crazy driving, right? No, yes, no?
No, I live
Luke,
in Vancouver.
no.
I've been here for a year now.
Right,
so,
okay. So, yeah. Luke, you avoided a 12-and-a-half-hour drive. Was it 12-and-a-half or 12 flat? Marc Goatley.
Well, legally, I did about 10 and a half.
10-and-a-half. When you messaged me, I got pretty worried for a sec. Not that I didn't think you'd come, but that I was like, fuck, that's a shit drive to do, and then I have to come here and be mildly entertaining.
It went from a flight to a drive.
From a flight to a drive.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll be there in 59 minutes. And then I was
12
like,
hours
fuck.
later.
Yeah, this is the worst. How's it going? I feel like I want to catch up for a minute with Marc, because we've been friends for a long time.
Of course.
You've, over the years, I've watched you from afar grow and develop. The two of you were partnered in many shows together in the past in promotions. And then recently, going into Marked Up, your growth and your influence seems to be exponentially growing. And I'm super proud of you. I really am, bro. Like I've been watching you develop so well, and it's very clear the way people react to you in person and online that obviously you're doing something really well, and your strengths are being played to incredibly. How do you account for all this growth?
Being yourself. You can't really sell anything if you're not being yourself, right?
Yeah, totally.
Just being comfortable and feeling like you deserve it. Lots of hard work, and if you work hard enough, you'll get it.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
Would you say half of it is a good roll of the dice at times?
Of course, but I don't know. Luck isn't luck unless you work hard enough for it, right? Like if you get lucky, but you haven't provided enough past experiences enough to prove it, your luck won't prove itself, right?
Have you heard that phrase that luck is when opportunity meets preparation? Have you heard that?
I have.
I don't really believe in luck. But then I heard that phrase and I was like, maybe I believe in luck. Maybe that sounds like maybe something like it. I don't think what you do is luck, though. I think you're a hard worker. I think you have the credibility and the references to back it up. I think people enjoy the work you put together. and the same, I could say the same for you, Luke. Obviously, you know, we were just out just before we started the show, and I saw someone approach you, and they want to talk to you about shows, and they're excited and stuff. Same way they talk to Mark. Same way, you know, like I think that's cool when you guys are involved in something like this, where there's a lot of janky promoters out there that are just pieces of shit and don't take care of people, the spectators or the talent. And you guys are fucking amazing. You guys take care of all those people. And I know for a fact you guys take care of them. So I'm proud to be associating myself with such wonderful company tonight. It's pretty rad.
Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, dude.
Let's talk about, like, specifically, I feel like if someone were just listening, they wouldn't know exactly what production companies maybe or like what they're...
Well, maybe I'll let them tell.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go ahead. Luke, you want to field this one?
Yeah, well, should I start with when we met, I guess, and go from there? Yeah. So back in Red Deer 3-4 years ago, I was running Synthetic Productions and throwing shows, and we were doing hip-hop and EDM. And a friend of mine brought Mark on the team as a ticket seller and blew everyone out of the water. I think he sold like 90 tickets in a day or something.
98 in one afternoon.
Okay, sorry, 98 in one afternoon.
Stats over here.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, he remembers. Jesus. And yeah, we just clicked instantly, and he came on board, and we became partners, and just had 3 years of throwing some pretty incredible shows, everything from hip hop to Canadian rock and indie and EDM and some great names. A lot of old school.
What was the first name you guys booked together? Co-booked together. First name.
There's been a lot of shows.
Matt the Alien, Neon Steve.
Yeah,
maybe.
Matt the Alien, Neon Steve.
Matt the Alien. Nice.
It was our first big club show, and we pulled in like 1,000 people.
Like 1,200.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Man, what year was that? That would have been
4 years ago.
That was pretty rad.
Yeah.
I forget what release that would have been, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. And so from that show, you guys obviously built momentum, started building, going off more.
So we built up Synthetic Productions.
Yeah.
It's a company, yeah.
From Synthetic Productions, within that, what was the driving force then? What was the motivation beyond just putting on great shows and the consistency?
I think honestly it was just the way that we worked together and the way that we clicked. Like we complemented each other in the way that we worked. Like Mark's like really a hustler and really a people person, so he's out there selling tickets, he's looking after the artists, and I'm the one that was doing like the contracts and the back of house stuff and like doing the organizing and like production, and like we just kind of we could trust each other's judgment. We knew each other's like way of thinking almost. So
timing.
Yeah.
Timing's super important, man.
Good front end, good back end agreement.
Definitely.
Just a strong team, and we both had the same amount of drive and the same amount of passion, and it just
it's hard to meet that in this industry.
That's
very
super
hard.
true. Yeah, absolutely. I think when you have when it's funny because people think when everyone wants to be a captain, it's bad. It's actually the best when everyone wants to be driving. That's the best. That's what you want. You want everyone pushing as hard as they can all the time.
Totally.
You don't want any passengers. And that's great. You could, that's probably like the hallmark I could say after having a few of these conversations and these episodes. People always say, my team was awesome. They're like, yeah, it's like pretty good. You have a good dynamic with someone.
It's the only way you really survive in this industry is having a good, solid team that is like fully supporting you, fully like behind you.
Yeah, individuals, you can't. You need a team.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Synthetic, you guys are killing it in Red Deer. When did the expansion process start? Because now we're talking major nowadays, but before we get to that, I want to...
I wouldn't call it an expansion, but we kind of separated ways, and Synthetic ended up being solely EDM, and then branched off, and he started doing his hip-hop stuff, and that kind of like was always your side of the things. You were the one booking all the hip-hop shows when we were Synthetic, and that was kind of his niche, and my niche was the EDM, so we decided to kind of like separate that, and damn, he's killing it right now. He's cross country, and you know, it's gone from Red Deer to Toronto to Vancouver and everywhere in between.
Definitely aligning
glasses with no handles.
Yeah, putting yourself in the right spot. You know, putting yourself in the right positions and the right people makes sense. Man.
Totally, 100% networking.
Definitely,
100%.
Part of the work that goes into promotions that a lot of people don't understand is the finessing that it takes to make a show happen. People think it's just like someone shows up and that's the show. It's like,
yes.
no, it's a lot into it. What would you say was at first, or maybe even still, what's like the most challenging part about putting together a show?
Personally, I would say the stress of ticket sales, not having enough until the last minute and always worrying about that, and then all the last minute things that go wrong the day of that you've literally got to spend 24 hours problem solving.
It's like holding your breath, right?
Yeah, yeah, totally. And then the show's over, you can finally breathe and you can like relax and you know it went well, everyone had a good time. And
it's an interesting cycle, right?
It is.
You're consistently doing this cycle of
oh yeah, and you go
sales,
through it again and again. Like
promotions.
you'll pull your hair out, but
Yeah.
you'll have a good result, and
That's
you're like,
interesting.
okay, let's
But
go
with that
again.
comes like a process for growing the scene. Like whereas we used to like go from like selling 20 pre-sale tickets, where now it's like a couple hundred, to like where now we're seeing almost 200 pre-sale tickets, right?
Right.
There's a growth of a scene. When we first started doing shows, there was no scene in Red Deer at all.
20
Right.
tickets.
You know what I mean?
sold.
Like there was like people were like a show, like a show is going on.
That's so
Like,
hard to foster that.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so now it's like, yeah, we used to have like, we were stoked to have like 20, 30 pre-sale tickets, and now it's like just online now we can have like 40, 50
Yeah.
people are getting in the process of, people are doing shows and then people are buying online and people are, you know, it's registered a scene now where people are coming out and
Yeah.
they're aware that we are doing moves, and it's
Beautiful.
It's
'cause
good. It's
yeah.
a good thing, of
Hell
course.
Like
yeah.
you're cultivating that.
Yeah, it's good.
You know, when you can
People are
trace
aware.
the lineage of the scene like that.
Of course.
Back. Yeah.
People are researching, they have a show coming up, they're looking at a calendar and
Yeah.
good things like that. It's good.
It's interesting how you can see, if you look at maps historically and you look at tour circuits and the way there's always a show here. You can always draw here. You can always draw here. And then you have these dead zones, especially in Canada. You have these dead zones where like it's not even like people wouldn't go. It's just that no one nurtured the scene properly to do it, right? And you can see that you guys have done that in Alberta and moving away now
Nurturing's
across
huge.
Canada,
Yeah,
right?
it's-
Yeah, which is beautiful, right? It's super cool. And it just makes sense, obviously, that people are going to want to align themselves with that type of energy.
Totally.
The nature of shows, just back to finessing for a little bit, when it's 20 pre-sales, you know, deep, when it's at that stage, when you're putting it together, 'cause somewhere right now there's someone listening to this or watching, and they're like, they're thinking about doing it right now. They're thinking about, I don't know why you would put up your own capital like that, kids. I would try and talk you out of it, because it's a fucking hustle. But
Big risk.
if you're into it and you think you can do it properly, I would ask on their behalf, what would you do at that stage when it's like 20 person pre-sales? What would you do to foster and nurture that to the 40 ticket sales, 50 ticket sales, the next stage? How do you do that? Is it one-to-one interaction? What's the which stage? Because they come, are you just banking on the good time? Is that how that works? What do you think? Because that's a weird chemistry that comes together that makes people want to hang.
Yeah,
consistently.
it's kind of tough at that point. You've really got to reach out one-to-one personally and like contact people and be like, hey, this is going on, you know, come down. And at the same time, business-wise, you've got to start thinking about where you can cut costs and bring things down, and how you can save money, and just like trying to find that balance and still trying to bring enough people in, but bring the costs down kind of at the same time.
Yeah, just steady progress.
Yeah.
Figure out little things. I'm like,
It's about balancing the numbers, basically. Yeah.
sometimes I wonder back in the day too, like we do shows and like I'd wonder like, we do like shows with just little turnouts and pay out of our pocket, and then another show come on, do a little show, a little turnout, and I'm like, are we insane?
Yeah.
For keeping going, or
And then you'll have
subliminally, do I see a light at the end of the tunnel for some reason, or am I just
Yeah.
insane for keeping it going?
Yeah.
It's a weird, it's like the...
It is, and you just
yeah.
I saw a light and just fuck it.
It just snaps,
going.
right? Yeah. The tipping point,
Yeah.
when everything just kind of falls in
When you
your
feel like
favor.
it's right,
Yeah.
things will happen,
What's right is right. Yeah.
and the movement is proper.
Yeah, I totally agree. There, you know, that saying about the tipping point is pretty in line with the idea that everyone has this like sunk cost fallacy, where the more you're putting into something, the idea that it'll pay off. But like for a gambler,
Yes.
that can be like the worst thing in the world,
Yeah.
right? You're constantly feeding into like the worst thing that is about you, maybe like your worst character trait. So people that are like involved, especially in entertainment, they're like, fuck man, I'm not drawing, I'm not doing this, I'm trying my best. They're trying to claw their way into something. So many times there's so many exits you can take along that path. You're like, just hard left, hard right, go out the exit door, no problem. And then you see success, like real bona fide success cases, and you're like, okay, cool, look at this. They're doing well. They're still growing. They're making themselves exactly what they want to do. That's a beautiful thing, man. It's cool energy.
Those people were so close to failure one time, though.
Oh, more than once.
So close to quitting.
Yeah.
So close to quitting, and then like you just said, like they're so close to quitting, and if they were to quit, like they would not be where they are.
Yeah.
You said that one time.
Yeah.
You never know how close to success you are, like when you want to quit so bad, right? Like
you ever see that meme?
a guy on the tunnel,
yeah,
chiseling
the
through the tunnel, right? Like success is on the other end. Man, no,
it's
that's
almost cliche.
as cheesy as it is. It's real.
Yeah,
So real.
It's so real. Yeah.
You never know
Because
because
that vein of gold.
man,
is
last
right there.
year at this time, I was ready to quit promoting.
Really?
Actually,
100% ready to quit.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah.
I did bad on a tour, really bad, lost a lot of money, and just
When you say you did bad on tour, just for people listening, that means you
it
put up money.
was my first tour,
Okay.
first real tour. I planned things on days I shouldn't have been planned, and just winged it on a lot of hope instead of facts, and just and then just lost, and I didn't have recovery, and I was like, this is it. I'm like, I'm quitting, and then I was like, okay, one more chance. And it's like, what did I do wrong? I'm gonna like not repeat that, and just like never again. And damn, I'm glad I didn't quit, right?
Yeah,
like,
no kidding.
And I was so close. I just had a status pop up the other day on Facebook, and it was like a memory of like how close I was to quitting, and it was like a memory of like, holy crap,
It was like a turning point.
I was this time last year I was quitting.
That feeling that came with it, where you were just really contemplating it, was that like by yourself? Did someone talk you off the ledge essentially, or did you?
No, just because, like I said before, it's like, am I insane for thinking I'm gonna make it, or is there some delusional thought in the back of my mind that it's there? And I just felt like it's there, it was coming.
Yeah, that's so
for real.
That's interesting, man. It's cool to hear you say that, man. The vulnerability that comes with like admitting things like that. I mean, when you're doing well, maybe it's easier. When you're
I've said this to my friends. I'm like, am I crazy for thinking this? They're like, the fact that you realize you might be crazy for thinking this makes you not maybe crazy. So I was grasping onto that.
That might be the most sane thing you've said. Yeah.
Thanks, Doug. Awesome.
That's pretty cool, though. I think when you look at the way people are affected by entertainment, live show, music, theater, whatever the fuck, it doesn't matter. But like, if you have a show, you're taking it on the road, you're responsible for it, you're booking, you're doing all the talent work and everything that goes along with that. At the end of the day, it really is about these individual experiences, right? When people are coming to the show, they're paying you for the joy, the fleeting joy as it is of like, a few hours or something like that at this place where it just melts your reality into something new and beautiful. It's fucking amazing, I think that there's something cool about that, and you guys have your hand in it, and there's so many people in the entertainment industry that are like, the fingers on the hand essentially, but they're not necessarily the arm. And in that case,
But very important still.
yeah, everyone's very important. Of course, like an arm with no fingers might not be as effective,
useless,
right? Yeah, may not be as effective, right? So
Could be a club.
club arm, yeah, it could be a hard weapon.
Effective in their own ways.
Just saying.
What do we got going on in the background of this video? I saw it on the monitor just now. What's the?
Just like some ski.
Nice little pineapple shirt there or something.
Yeah, it's a nice. It's a nice floral print. Yeah, give him a twos up. I prepared 85 questions for you guys. So
They're multiplying as we go.
That's a lot of questions.
I thought you had 95, bro.
95 answers for you then. Yeah. No,
You guys
actually
making an inside joke you're not going to explain?
No,
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, I actually haven't. I've never written questions down, except for one or two times when someone was like specifically like, can we talk about this? And I was just like, oh yeah, I don't want to forget about it, something like that. One time, I feel like I just want to maybe do that, like a prepared format. We were just talking about this before the show started.
Oh, like a professional? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 145 episodes. You're like, are you doing this? You're like doing this, right? Like, is it like, I'm not accidentally doing it 145
We actually recording
times.
right now?
This is 100%
Oh,
recording.
what?
Yeah,
You're a little late on the train.
Oh,
I mean, recording.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to alarm you, but definitely.
He's watching YouTube videos over
Yeah,
there.
just like, what's going on?
This is
League
the
of
pre-interview.
Legends.
Yeah, he's watching League of Legends 20 versus 20.
Neat.
When you're on the road, number one road survival tip. Let's hear it. Boom.
Eat healthy.
What kind of healthy eating would you suggest, Marc Goatley?
Not A&W breakfast sandwiches.
How did you learn that
That's pretty
lesson?
valid advice.
Snack the Ripper and D-Rec can vouch for this.
Is that
No more breakfast sandwiches from A&W.
Is that a bad bathroom scenario, or who can say?
It's just
Who
like,
can say?
go travel every town. Amongst every town has an A&W.
Right.
And it's just so easy to get A&W breakfast sandwiches. Another 24-hour, not to be advertised, another 24-hour breakfast sandwiches. But, you know.
So what's the move though? Do you try to buy some food and like get some stuff and make?
No,
stuff
I
a bit-
just complain about it and keep
Oh,
eating
okay.
A&W breakfast sandwiches. To be honest, man.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
just,
That was,
fair
fair
complain
enough.
about it and
All
move
right.
on, right?
You heard it here
Okay.
first. Just make sure you complain at a top level.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
I wasn't expecting a follow-up question.
Yeah. When I interviewed Biff Naked a few years ago, she was like, when I had her on the show, she was like, and I still try to figure this out. Maybe you guys can help me figure this out. Because I had a lot of follow-up questions from it. People that are listening. They're like, hey, what did Biff mean by that? And this was her tip. Okay. She was like, you know how it is. You're on the road for a while and you don't want to go to the laundromat. So to save your clothes, you're definitely trying to make yourself constipated so you don't have to shit. And I was Biff Naked. You're talking about shitting right now. I don't want. What are we talking about here? And it was just in the midst of another that was a statement in a statement. So I just didn't really follow up on it. But then after, I've been thinking about it for a little while now. I'm like, what the fuck? What did that mean?
Well, I mean, like, girls usually have different underwear.
Just add that into your rider.
Yeah, literally.
I was like underwear, parentheses, female underwear. That's good, yeah.
I imagine that's part of it.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully, ask for.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the nature of it, right? Would you say so?
That's I just said so.
Chris Martin, you're over there just throwing me shade, not contributing.
Did you have a thought on it? You apparently just.
Nah, I just like to bring up shit.
Oh,
He never even interviewed her. He
Yeah.
just making
I
it
wrote
up.
it down here.
I
Friendship
actually
and
listened to
shit.
that. I listened to that interview though.
You did?
I did.
That was before you were on the show, yeah.
Yeah,
That was a
I
while
listened.
back, yeah.
I mean, it was after I was on the show. Before I was on the show. Doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm lost now.
Just fucking broke me.
Yeah. You guys burned down.
Aw.
Just broke me with your semantics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you guys?
I feel like, is there anything we haven't checked out on the news recently? We're going to react to some shit.
No.
All right. We're taking callers.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
We were going to go live, but I don't think this is going to work. Because what do we do? Get some viewer questions? People are going to want to know shit. It's just going to be this. Yo, can you guys guest list me for next week? I just want to fucking get on the guest list. Yo, bro, G-list me for the 27th.
You know the best thing about guest lists is there's no such thing as guest lists.
That's right, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
hey,
Beat
man.
it.
Yeah. Yo, bro, what's up, man? Can you just like G-list me?
Do people say that? G-list?
Oh,
G-list.
dog.
Oh yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. It's even abbreviated down
The
to
day
GL
of?
Did
now.
you say
The
that?
day
though?
of, me?
Like, did people?
Yeah, Luke, can you GL me?
Well, smart.
GL? Oh.
That's if you're super down.
Like,
Just
yo, dog, can you guest list me, bro?
guess S me? Can you guess S?
I've never
Guess-
asked that.
No. Can you GL guess S me that? Yeah, bro.
If I ever ask that, do not guest list me.
Don't. How'd you hook up with Stealth Bomb and Snack and those guys? What's up?
I've been booking their shows for a little while, but just like individually booking their cities and shows. And then we did their last tour. I did a couple cities for them, and I was actually at Center of Gravity working. And it was after my shift. I was a little intoxicated, sleeping in my bed, and got a call from Snack at 1 o'clock in the morning. And he had just had some people had on his tour, had to leave the tour. And he's like at 1 o'clock in the morning, "Hey, Mark, how about I fly you out?"
Hello, Marcus.
Hello, Mark. That's not a Snack voice at
Yeah,
all.
that sounds very Snack Ripper.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyways, he decided to fly me out a couple of days later, and I flew out, and it's my first real tour managing job.
Yeah, dude.
And seized it, and I think I killed it, and yeah, asked me to be his tour manager, and it was great.
That's cool, man.
It was great, man. I got to go around Eastern Canada and do my thing, and
I saw the Stealth Bomb announcement that Matt Brevner is now with Stealth Bomb officially.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Shout out to Brevner, friend of the
Great.
show. Love Brev, man. He's a good guy. He's dope, dude. I'm glad that the whole roster over at Stealth Bomb's dope. Merculus is dope. I haven't chatted with him in a minute. We did he featured on a record I produced a couple years ago, one or 2 years ago, and I haven't chatted with him in a bit. I'm trying to get Snack on the show, actually. Snack and
there you go. Now you got an inside tip.
Yeah, I had to only be friends with a guy for 15 years. Hope that he lucks out, becomes friends with Snack as well.
That's why I'm on the show, right? Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, listen, bro.
Snack, run, bro.
What's the runtime right now? Right on schedule. Yeah, about 22 minutes in or something like that.
Only 22 questions out of 75.
That's right, 22. Yeah, I got 85 answers for you. 75 questions. Yeah.
Is that a song you did? I feel like you've been.
No, we naturally made that up. Natty made it up right there. Boom.
I was never here for that.
I think you started it before we started the show.
What's going on here?
Hold on. I was following. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot I want to talk about. And then I kind of just...
Missed you, man.
Yeah, I just want to catch up a bit,
Look
honestly.
At this guy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Probably doing well.
I'm okay. Just drinking water with no handles, man.
I know. We've come a long way. We used to do rap shows in Kenora when there was 0 rap shows. There was no one doing anything. And even that's grown to like now people do live shows for a while. My family was involved in the live scene there for quite some time.
Absolutely, your brother, yeah.
Yeah,
and
the growth though that came with suddenly we had all these genres working at the same time, which is really cool. That was an excellent point of growth. And then we had this weird exodus out west where like all the talent just started
everyone
coming
moved at
west.
once,
Yeah, everyone just went, and then
it
was cool. And then back home still doing good. North Shore does really well for themselves. And I think they do pretty rad. But the growth, I think that's like the theme I almost kind of keep coming back to though. But it's what happens when you don't see someone for a long time.
You know who I met up with the other day?
Who's that?
Dave Marta.
Scams. Yo.
On the snack tour.
Really?
They were passing through Ottawa, and I messaged him, and he came to the show.
Schematic, really?
And actually,
I haven't seen that guy in a long fucking time.
We actually had some hotel issues for the show.
Okay.
And it was a long weekend, and there was no hotels in Ottawa available. And Dave let us stay at his house. All of us, the whole tour, support. And we went to stay there, and it was great. Yeah, like totally stepped up. Harbored us. It was great.
Dude,
got to hang out with the old boy, and it was amazing.
Twisted Tongues reunion.
Exactly, man. It was amazing. It was great. It was really good.
Hilarious, man. Schematic's such a good guy, dude.
Yeah. It's probably him texting my phone right now. Where are you, Mark?
You introduced him to me, and I had my first experience was almost just like that. He put me up overnight. Didn't even know me at all.
This kid.
I love that guy, man. Is he doing well?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear that. He's back in Ottawa?
Yeah, he's been there for a long time doing his thing. Actually works for Marked Up now.
No shit.
Yeah, doing his thing, yeah.
Just hiring all the homies now.
Give my people jobs. I like that shit.
You're saying it.
That's dope. That's cool, man. Dude, the creative side of things.
Your handle.
When you transition, do you feel yourself still wanting to make records, Mark?
Mm-mm.
No? Totally out of it?
Totally out of it.
You find yourself just stoked on the productive aspect of it, right? Like
that was a nice angle to get where I am now.
Yeah, right?
I don't feel like I want to rap.
It's an itch, right? It just scratches for some people.
It was fun.
I do verses for Nubinson and Boomsday. That's about it. I have stuff that's coming out as features for records I produced like 2 years ago that's coming out this fall.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not, like, I've been just producing for so long, I don't even
think about it anymore, to be honest.
No, yeah.
Oh, man.
It's
booking. I like to be on the other side of it. It's good.
It's, in some ways, it's more of a headache, and in some ways, it's less of a headache. And people,
it's straight up more of a headache, man.
To be creative?
Yeah, man.
That side? You feel like it's...
A little artist, you can, like...
Tell me about
go into a little ball in your bedroom and just get a promoter. You can't do that if you're running a company. You take one day off emails, oh man.
Just bury you, right?
Yeah, man. People are coming at you. Yeah, so you have to be on point all the time. I guess you have to be like that as an artist, but I think you have more time to
That's your experience with it? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like as an artist, you can get more time to bury and go be an artist. Whereas your face, you're organizing for all these artists, you have to be. Yeah, man, I feel guilty if I take a day off.
Unless you're unfortunately in the position of having to be both those roles, like unless you are.
I pitied. That'd be tough.
Yeah, that'd be that'd be tough.
That was like when I first remember we used to rap way back in the day, and I used to try to like rap at my
You're dope,
rap at my own shows though, and then like
yeah,
it became like I was like I have to do one or the other.
Yeah.
And I was very happy I switched.
Yeah, dude, it's a tough choice. Some people can't walk away from it. You ever run into someone like that? They can't. They can't.
Yeah.
They're like stuck. It's almost like, seriously though, it's almost like their gear switch is like they can't go into reverse. They can't go forward. They're just like park.
No, I'm very happy I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No regrets. Great.
But you never run into anyone like that?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Especially in the scene, like you
dude,
see,
and I'm like. I'm very happy what I did.
Yeah. There's an interesting because you run into guys like that, and there's like, there's no growth, there's nothing like that. Even if you go back to your hometown and you run into someone who's like never left hometown, and they're full of all these memories, right? They have all these memories for you, and you're like, I don't remember any of that. And they're just like, oh, but it just happened. It was like 10 years ago. And you're like, I don't fucking know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was a completely different life ago.
Exactly that. But to them, no, there's never any shedding of the skin. It was just like, they're still in that era. You know what I mean?
No, it was eras ago. I don't even remember that. That was so many.
That's right.
Shedded skins ago.
Shedded skins.
Oh, man.
Look out for the new album. Twisted Tongue Reunion.
Shedded skins.
Shedded skins ago.
Not happening.
Yeah, it'll be like the just a coiled skin on like the southern.
It's just like not happening.
Yeah, great southern trendkill. Boom. Yeah.
I think it'd be a good like cellophane wrap like thing though. If you could actually get snakeskin wrap.
Are you dissing Chris Martin on his own fucking show?
I'm just saying, I think that'd be a good gimmick.
What on the what?
You get like an album, and then like you touch it, and it's like snakeskin. It's like peeling away.
Around the.
That's a little heavy. Just saying, it'd be cool.
Would it be a one-time use though?
Oh yeah, it's definitely on its way out as soon as you get it. That's part of it.
Someone would buy it, be like, "What the fuck is this all over the album?" And like, rip it over.
What if my album have dandruff?
Yeah.
Instead of having like the plastic layers, like a skin.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, fuck this, dude.
I think it sounds cool on paper, but in your hands you don't want it, which kind of adds to the allure.
So if it's like oily, you're like, "Geez, this is kind of fucked up."
Yeah, just.
Look out for that next Stealth Bomb record, Snake Skin, Stealth Bomb compilation. Yeah, it's coming out.
Yeah.
So what's going on then? You got tour. Who's in town right now? Havoc from Mobb Deep.
As of tomorrow.
He hasn't flown in yet.
Actually, yeah, tomorrow he flies in.
This is where you hold your breath, right, Luke? This is the hold your breath.
Fortune Sound, and then we go on a little West Coast tour with them.
This is pretty heavy tour, given the recent passing of Prodigy. Do you have a favorite Mobb Deep cut?
I have my classic, of course. I'm very excited to hear it in every city. Oh, of course. Isn't everybody excited to hear it?
Do you think he's going to just hard encore that?
Of course.
Every time, right?
Of course. And I think it's going to be a good anthem in every city.
It's going to be emotional, man. It's weird, man. Havoc's one of my favorite producers. And Prodigy always got more shine for being a lyricist and a vocalist and and performer. Even when he did his solo stuff for a while there, dude. At one point, I don't know if you remember this, but at one point, people were like, had him in contention with like, not on a commercial level, but lyrically, had him in contention with like Jay-Z at one point when he was going at him on. Do you remember the Frontin' beat by Pharrell?
Oh yeah,
you remember Frontin'?
Yeah, way back,
and Pharrell had that song. I was just frontin', I wanted to. Yeah. That instrumental came out. I remember a bunch of like Big Mike and DJ Clue mixtapes, and Prodigy had come out and done going at just like a bunch of subliminal shit going at Jay-Z, and Jay-Z's verse in that song in the actual commercial, you were just frontin'. He gave him like 8 bars to Pharrell or something like that, and at the beginning of the verse he goes, Pharrell, I call you for real, you're the truth. And then in the Prodigy version, he's like, I call you Pharrell because that's your name. Just like calls him, he's just like, God damn, Prodigy. Roger, you're gangster as fuck. Holy shit. I don't know. There's a lot of history there. You know, branch back. It's gonna be a good show. How many dates you guys doing then?
I'm personally a part of 5 dates.
5 dates.
Yes.
And in any other country, you'd be like, okay, cool. Like you just heading out for a little bit, but it's like it's Canada, so like 5 dates.
That's a lot of driving.
Still very excited. It's
yeah,
huge to be a part of this.
No, of course. That's even more so because of
Absolutely.
the distance you're traveling. Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah. Yes, Vancouver, Vernon, Nelson, Calgary, Edmonton.
Look at this promotion game. Top tier.
Just
Tickets
dropping
available now. Throw tickets in the
myshowpass.com.
My Show Pass. I was about to just say the wrong fucking provider, big time.
Good thing I stepped in there.
Yeah, good thing. I'll throw the My Show Pass link in the bio for this. People can check it out.
Sales,
yeah, they can get ticket sales to the Vancouver show that have already passed. Since it's already going to be passed by the time this comes out, you want to tell me how it went?
Oh, dude, it was insane. Jayme McDonald, why were you there?
I
didn't get your G list.
Didn't get G list.
Nice. Came out of the corner.
Well done.
I'll message the tour manager right now, man.
Chris Martin, ladies and gentlemen. Well
Steps up.
That was amazing.
I made fun of him earlier, so he was like waiting for that. Waiting for that.
Redemption.
Wow.
That's funny.
That was fucking good. Speaking of timing, that was fucking
Speaking of Float House.
We're only 13 questions in, man.
Is it about that time for an advertisement? If you'll bear with me just for a moment, gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and pay some bills and let everyone know about a fantastic opportunity right now. If you have your phone or your desktop computer in front of you, perhaps, what you want to do is go ahead and check out floathouse.ca. Now, what is that? If you go there, you're going to be visiting the premier isolation tank destination in the Lower Mainland, and now expanding into Alberta and the States. Oh my God!
The States? Where are they
I
going?
Can't talk about that part yet.
Oh shit!
Actually, I can't. Can I? I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I know they're expanding though. They're doing pretty well. But there's 6 locations in the Lower Mainland. I'm pretty sure you can go to and check out, and it's amazing. If you're wondering right now what is a isolation tank experience, well, simply it's the greatest way to unlock the mysteries of your mind. Or you can just relax and chill and enjoy the tranquility of the tank. It's super cool and calm. It's really good. And if you go to floathouse.ca right now, you can use our podcast promo code IIPodcast. That gets you 20% off your next float. And you can use that podcast promo code and enjoy yourself a nice discount while you take care of yourself. I like it because it's like a spa for your mind. It's beautiful. It's relaxing, super... I don't know, it's so fulfilling. There's many ways you can spend 90 minutes, and this is one of the best ways you can do it for yourself. Go ahead and check out floathouse.ca. Use our podcast promo code IIPodcast. Get yourself 20% off your next float. Oh, shit. How about that?
Luke said he floats.
Have you float? You float here?
Actually, I haven't done it since I've been in Vancouver, but some really good friends of ours in Red Deer have a place called the Float Shack. And I used to regular that place.
They might be part of the tribe. We might actually...
Completely possible.
It's a pretty small community. I don't know.
He does a podcast for floats as well, and that kind of community as well. So
it's got to be like a second cousin for sure.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you guys will be connected.
Yeah, pretty tight. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked. I float tomorrow, man. Have you ever floated before, Mark?
No, I have not.
Goatley. You never floated before?
Damn.
I think you'd like it.
Would I?
I 100% guarantee you'd like it. There's a great feeling about going in there and just shutting off.
No, I'm very...
it's a magical experience.
Curious about it, for sure.
It's pretty cool, yeah. How many times have you floated, Luke?
Just a handful of times.
So, that's enough times.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you ever had any cool experience in there, like, mentally?
Not so much like cool experiences, but I do.
It's warm. It's not cool.
Mind you, this is piggybacking on an ad.
I do enjoy like the complete tranquility and like completely disconnecting.
Now you sound like you're pandering to the ad.
No.
Let me tell you, it was a safe experience. It was great. Yeah.
It was enjoyable. It was. I can see the benefits of it. It really helped me anyway. Definitely. Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Mark, you'd like it, man. It's like basically nothingness. And then you just hear the music of your thoughts. It's cool, dude.
No, I've heard very good things. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's good. You seem tired. I want to shake your shoulders and rock.
Wake them up.
Pull you out and shed your skin.
Yo.
Oh, look at this.
We got something on the table.
What? How's it going? You got a nice street
They
view here.
can't hear you.
Oh yeah. You got some street love.
Did we get that on the mics?
I hope so.
I heard it.
She
So.
said
You got Fender there.
this girl was pointing to Goatley through the window.
Yeah.
Mirror, what? And she's like, you don't like Australian hip hop? Luke, what's your background?
From Australia.
Oh,
Actually-
hard uppercut
That's
to
a
the
joke, that's a joke.
pride
Yeah.
right there.
No, originally born in Belgium, grew up in England. Spent
Jesus, what?
a couple of years in New Zealand before I moved to Canada, and I've been here for about 6 years now.
Holy shit!
So-
You're a well-traveled fella.
Yes, definitely. Did a lot of traveling in between, short term, but
Mhm.
those are like the main ones that I've lived in.
Yeah. Aren't you from the UK, Goatley?
Yes.
You're born in
Yes.
the UK, right?
Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. I remember that because
Actually,
was.
speaking
My
of
mom
this,
Right back to when I was born.
we literally just had fish and chips.
Good point. Really good point, actually.
How long since I was born?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
been a
okay.
while.
We're sorry. What were you saying, Luke? Okay. Yeah.
On the fact that we're both British, we literally just had dinner and had fish and chips. It was kind of
Nice.
like a little traditional. We're back together.
Cod, haddock.
We had cod, I think. Yeah.
Where was it in town or no?
Granville Island. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had fish and chips.
Which
Yeah, it's good.
spot was it?
Spoke about
The really small
Spice Girls
one.
and-
Was it off the
David
off the
Beckham and
peninsula?
It's just as you walk in on the bridge. It's on the left.
Yeah. Okay.
We took a look at the big book of British smiles.
Yes.
Conk it
Yes.
open.
Spice Girls and
Yeah.
David Beckham and things.
Yeah. My mom was born in London,
Nice.
UK. Yeah. No relation to you guys.
All the good people are.
Yeah. just throwing that out there. Not related. The show itself is pretty freeform. I should admit to you right now, even though the title is Intergalactic Interviews, it's really more just like a long form conversation. I feel like because we haven't caught up, it's hard to catch up when you're not fielding me questions, bro. You can go ahead and you can ask me anything you want. Go ahead. Marc Goatley.
How old are you?
32 Earth years.
You've aged since I've last seen you.
So have you. It's been like,
Wow.
how long did we figure out how long it's been since we saw each other?
7 to 8 years is my prediction.
7 to 8 years.
Hmm.
You said 5, and then I had to remind
No,
you that
no,
you
no,
lost
no,
3
no.
years of memory, and then there was that. You said you'd never bring that up.
Yeah, wow.
8. So what? It's been 8 years.
Yeah, man.
It was just quick, hi and bye, fly. Like, hey, what's up, bro? Happy to see you. It's pretty good. We used to hang a lot though when we lived in the same city. It's good. Good catching up with you.
What
though.
city was that?
Absolutely.
The city of Kenora,
Husky the Muskie.
land of progressive thought.
Yes, land of that.
Yeah, for sure. Right? Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, man.
No, good times. Yeah, this is crazy to be reuniting on a
Yeah,
podcast live interview scenario.
A decade
like-
ago, I was like, "Bro, I'll see you in a bit." You're like, "When do I see you next?" I'm like, "It's gonna be a light, crazed room with crazy stuff growing
Yeah.
on the wall."
I asked him if we could have a nice coffee together, and he bring me into a room with microphones.
That's
Classic
sit
MD.
down.
Asked me to bring a witness. And I
Yeah,
was like, all right,
bring a
man.
witness.
This is it.
Yeah, and we'll get a notary. And we'll get this, we'll get this sorted
It's
out.
good to see you, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Straight
Always,
up.
bro.
Really good.
You
You too.
Oh yeah.
Luke Whittle. Tell me about the Bamboo Bass Festival.
Ooh.
Because I only chatted to you for a bit outside, but I heard about it before you've even come on the show.
Yeah, it's next year is going to be the 3rd year. And
What is it? Let everyone know.
It's one of the best festivals. I do the festival circuit during the summer as an audio technician, artist relations, and stage manager. So
Like in the
Bamboo-
Pacific Northwest, that's like the circuit being, just so everyone, I know. But so everyone,
mainly between like BC and Alberta. So this year I did Chasing Summer and One Love in Alberta, and then Base Coast, Shambhala, a couple of small ones. My friends do Curiosity out in Kelowna area.
damn.
That was a lot of fun this year.
That's a lot of festival. Like,
It is. It
It
was
sounds
sure.
like absolute anarchy.
Yeah. It was-
If you cannot handle
Yeah.
yourself, that sounds dangerous.
that's a lot of festival. Yeah.
But Bamboo Bass, it's a West Coast bass music festival down in the jungle, basically. It's
Which jungle?
It's on Playa de Jaco, just a little bit south of San Jose in Costa Rica.
Mm.
Woo! So you can pretty much go surfing in the
badass.
morning, go run off into the jungle, and rave all night. It's magical. It's crazy.
Sounds magical.
This
It
sounds
is.
like someone wrote it down on a napkin one day and they're
Pretty
like, we
much.
should fucking do this.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Yeah. Dude, I did the math. It works out.
Leonardo DiCaprio at the beach. It sounds
Totally. That's exactly it.
There's that less gun-toting militants around.
Spoiler.
so
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
One would assume.
Spoiler.
more weed fields.
Yeah, fair enough.
Totally more weed fields.
That sounds better.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking hilarious. Tell me, wait, so because you did Shambhala this year,
Yep.
that must have been fucking chaos from a staff level. What the fuck? So people that don't know, maybe you do know because you live under a fucking rock. There was massive BC fires in the province of British Columbia and BC fires.
As opposed to BC
Hilarious.
fires in Alberta.
Let's throw another redundant
Classic
explanation.
BC Yukon fires.
Attacking.
Those Yukon fires coming down to BC, taking all the BC jobs. Here we go. Fucking the fire was so crazy though that it had spread in an aggressive manner,
Yeah.
and it was pretty close to actually shutting down the festival. And actually, what happened? So they did shut down because here back in reality in mainland.
Oh yeah, I can
Outside of
imagine what you guys were seeing from the outside.
outside of
what
the
we were
Shams
hearing
bubble.
from the inside, and like
Everyone's like, it's gonna be Burning Man, except it's actually Burning Man.
yeah, it's really
Fuck,
burning out there.
Yeah, totally.
So Thursday was pretty much smoked out like it was in Vancouver today.
It was weird today, eh? It was like
It was a
yellowish,
weird
apocalyptic.
kind of- yeah.
It looked like the flashback sequence in Terminator 2, you know, when she stands against the baseball diamond. She's like, no!
Yeah.
Sarah Connor, go ahead.
But so Thursday started off super smoky, and they announced that there's a warning of the evacuation, so everyone was aware that something could go down, and people were kind of like aware that they need to get out of there, you know, sensibly and smartly. And I guess the fire.
How did they announce that, though? As like a loudspeaker? Like a
yeah, they
town
were announcing
crier?
it on the app that you have, the Shambhala app, so it notifies everyone that's
There was
on
an
the site.
app? So everyone had an app?
Oh yeah,
Is
what
it
if
called the Shambhala app? I'm just asking.
something like that.
Okay,
yeah.
I just hope it is.
It's
If
abbreviated
not, it's
like
fine.
that. Yeah.
You currency bought that with your credibility from the last joke.
Just waiting for that.
Yeah. There's the Shambhala app.
Oh,
Hilarious.
got this joke.
But they announced it on the stages too, on the microphones, and they had flyers and posters everywhere. So they, you know,
Wow,
they're
so
pretty
they
good
were-
at
they were
communicating
prepped,
it. There
yeah.
were people going around on quad bikes, the security with what are they
Megaphones.
called? Yeah,
'Cause
the
by the
megaphones.
time, by the time it hits global news and like other local affiliates, all those guys are like, they're like, there's some guy out there listening to the Grateful Dead on acid, and you're just like, it's not what it's like at all. And they're just like, he doesn't have a phone, he doesn't know where to go. This is chaos, and they freak out. They have no idea what to do.
Yeah, I think the media definitely did freak out. Like Shambhala had it handled pretty well. They were prepared to shut down the festival for a night for everyone's safety. Like
Damn.
that's a pretty big deal.
So when they do that, to make a choice like that from a promoter level, if you guys could speak on that for a second, do they eat that? That's guaranteed talent buys and
It's
stuff.
gotta be
right?
insurance already.
Well,
They
that
eat
was
that?
going to be the next part of my story, because by kind of Saturday it was announced that it was cancelled, and it wasn't re-announced that it was going ahead until just before noon on Sunday. So a lot of artists that were traveling in on Saturday or Sunday cancelled their flights or didn't catch their flights, or rearranged other arrangements.
Right.
A lot of the artists that were there already on Saturday that were playing Sunday, they left because of their safety and they weren't playing anyway. So
Sure, yeah. How many people are we talking capacity at Shambhala?
17,000, I think. With
Jesus, so it's like a small town.
yeah, with staff and artists and volunteers.
Holy
and
fuck,
everyone
that's a
and
huge.
attendees.
If this was an army, we'll cut over to our Rome expert over here listening to the Rome podcast. If that was an army, C-Mart, how much food would they need to supply it for a week?
I don't know, that's a couple legions. A few legions.
Couple lieges? Couple lieges?
Break it down for us.
Nice. That's crazy though, to be involved in that.
Yeah,
Because like
it was.
you're hearing
It
about
was.
it, but you're also like,
And I was working artist relations, so we were trying to.
Jesus
We were like,
Christ.
straight on dealing with it. But I have to say, on Sunday morning, when it was announced that it was going ahead, the whole festival just started roaring. Like the energy was just like nothing you've ever felt before. And Sunday night, there were so many sets, because they had to still fill all of the sets with whoever was there and try and bring people in still. There were so many sets on Sunday night that would never have happened, that were never planned. People were filling in. A lot of people that would never have played Shambhala, or not for a few years anyway, got to play because they were trying to fill sets. They were already working
That's
for
really cool.
the stages, so they got that, they were there ready to
Had
step
an
up.
opportunity.
That's like
And there was a lot of back-to-back sets that like 3 or 4 DJs up there like you would never see normally. Like
wow,
right.
so like super exclusive sets.
Oh yeah, it was magical.
So it wasn't like a letdown because people, I think, from a surface level, were looking at it like, oh, because the talent booked weren't there, then it must be, because there's like I remember reading something just for devil's advocate point of view on social media. I saw some outcry of the day rate for that day, even with canceled artists, and I tried to rationalize it in my head where I was like, well, if you were already going, that's what it would have cost to go. Yeah. Like that, like it says right there, card is subject to change, basically, right? Like bill, So I don't know. It was an act of God or something like that.
Yeah, it's Mother Nature. You can't really, you can't complain about that.
Isn't there a Latin word for that in the insurance contracts there, Killer? Do you know the word? What is that?
Oh shit.
Can you look up?
I'm pretty sure that's Latin.
Can you look that up real quick? It's it's like God, an act of God in Latin or something like that. It's like it's in every like major fucking like if you get flood insurance.
Yeah.
The
catch.
It'll say it like whatever. Yeah, the catch. Yeah, basically. Yeah. That's crazy. There's fucking serious hurricane happening right now in Florida.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Everywhere over the world, there seems to be stuff going on. I read the other day that a music festival in France was hit by a big storm.
Really?
And 15 people were hit by lightning.
What?
So they had to shut down the festival.
I saw a guy's shoes.
That's a lot of people hit by lightning, by the way.
It is, yeah. I don't know if it was a building.
Lightning expert over here?
No, I'm saying that's like... It's a lot. It sounds like a lot.
But if you got a if you got a concentration of that many people all together and it strikes in a crowd,
you get multiple strikes. By the way,
that's a lot. Yeah,
multiple strikes in a single, multiple hits in a single strike, or is that 15 independent ones?
How do you know they weren't in a conga line or something?
That's what I'm saying.
I think it was like a crowd that was hit by 1 or 2 strikes, not like 15 strikes individually.
Yeah.
It's like a machine gun.
Everyone won the lottery.
I wouldn't even.
I was just gonna say.
What's it say? Oh, you found it? Why don't you turn the brightness up on your phone? Force majeure. A French pronunciation meaning superior force, also known as casse fortuit.
Was that the word you thought?
That sounds French, not
kind
Latin.
of, but it sounds French, not Latin.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't claim to be an electricity Latin expert over here. I was just trying to let y'all know about a little something. But hey, force majeure, whatever the fuck it is. You take your phone.
I don't know.
Thanks, bro. That's crazy though, to be on the front line taking care of that shit.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was.
Here's the thing about talking about this part of your job is job security is hand in hand with professionalism in this role. It's not like accounting where you can just hide in the back. Your stories and interactions are literally with the clients that will hire you next. So it's difficult to kind of talk about this stuff, but the intrigue from an audience point of view is they want to know like what it's like to tell an artist that they're not going to play. Are they happy?
If they've come, so far from like Europe and they've traveled, for a couple of days, set up their camp and been there for a few days, and then all of a sudden
watch their peers perform.
All of a sudden they can't play. It's like, well, what do I do? Like,
then they leave and then they find out it's back on. Jesus. Yeah.
It's part of the game.
Right.
So, it's part of the game.
Yeah.
There was some upper management that did some magical work that I'm sure, calmed a lot of people and kept everyone kind of...
I saw Shambhala pre-sales already hit halfway in first
within
day.
2 hours. 50% sold out.
Dude, so like everyone's like, it's going to be fucked for next year. They're never going to be able to do this again. You guys are idiots. It's its own
promo
entity.
is good promo.
Yeah,
Shambhala is a magical thing. It's not going anywhere.
It's
one of the biggest roots and parts of Canadian West Coast based culture right now.
Absolutely.
It is.
It is, hands down.
It is.
Yeah, I think
all of these other festivals has grown from it, and they're all doing their individual like beautiful things.
Yeah.
But at the heart of it, it was those years 20 years ago at Shambhala.
I mean, how many bad stories do you hear about? Like, oh, I went to Base Coast and it was shitty, or I went to Shambhala and it was shit. Like, no one says that. Like, if they do, then like maybe they were doing it wrong.
Yeah, because there's these major festivals.
Obviously, that's but yeah.
But you do hear a lot about festivals that are like, 1 or 2 years deep. And you're like, they did this really well, but they're still learning this,
Of course.
But when you have a couple decades under
your
your belt,
that's the case with Shambhala. They haven't mastered their.
Fuck.
They're
like
pros.
I said, it's its own machine.
Good at what they do.
Yeah.
Think about that. If other other entities were hit with that type of like
they wouldn't be able
force
to handle
majeure.
it. They wouldn't have had the resources or
No, for sure.
Dude, just dealing with the media must have been like, fuck this. Like, just turn your phone off. Like,
Yeah.
Is everyone dead? No, everyone's fine. I assure you. Is the show canceled?
No, they.
I don't know.
They rescinded.
yeah, exactly. I'll call you back. Call you back. Yeah, shit like that. Yeah. No, it's good though. I think I think it's cool. That must be a cool experience walking away from that. You have.
It was a great experience. I learned a lot and worked with some incredible people that I'll be back there next year working with them again and learning more. And
so how long are you both on the road, like regularly, right now?
So he does more touring and I do like more of the festivals. This summer I did 8 festivals and I did 5 in 1 month.
5 festivals in a month must feel like 6 months.
It was a lot of driving, it was a lot of camping, a lot of porta potties, a lot of dealing with a lot of that kind of stuff.
when Macca's album came out, I produced Macca's album in its entirety, and the project did 5 festivals in 7 weeks or 8 weeks or something like that, or 8, maybe 10 weeks. And at first I was like, yeah, that seems pretty doable. That's only like 1 every 2 weeks. It's just a fucking you just look at it even from a distance and you're just like, fuck this. Like, you know, after a while you're like, showers are highest commodity. Yeah. Like crazy. Yeah, dude. I think it's rad. You guys took some time to come hang out today and just chill. I feel like there's so much we could chat about.
I do want to include a tiny little story well, not a story, but I think it's kind of cool how me and Mark together grew and then kind of went our separate ways, and now we've grown individually, and now it comes to the point that he's come to Vancouver, and the sound company that me and my 2 friends run, Headspace Live, is going to be doing sound for his show at Fortune Sound tomorrow night.
Beautiful, right?
So, you know, it really came back round, and now we're working together again, and now, you know, we can grow from that, and yeah, I think it's quite a beautiful thing. Just the way the things have worked out.
I relate to that because hosting you guys on the show tonight.
Same way with us.
In that regards, because it's like...
Totally, yeah. You guys wouldn't have thought 10, 15 years ago that you'd be sat here talking now.
No, yeah.
You know, like
Bro.
That's
I like
pretty
that.
nuts.
And you know what's cool about that, Luke, for you to bring that up is the idea that, you know, there's independently, all 3 of us are doing our thing regardless. There's these independent machines that are just doing their thing. Like, the show's going to go on. You're going to always promote, and you're going to do sound and talent relations, and Marked Up's always going to promote and tour manage and things like that. But then, like, when they converge in these, like, rare... It's almost like an eclipse or some shit.
Kelowna this summer, we worked together at a festival. Like,
isn't that cool?
Yeah. Base Coast a couple of years ago. Like,
my entire family's
G-listing each other.
Yes, less.
No. G-list doesn't exist.
Not a thing.
Anybody
Not a
watch
thing.
it? Not a thing.
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
Dude, you just buried his inbox. Like, I don't know. Some of the coolest stories are like from my family are when my brothers, when we cross each other on the road. You know, fucking like, oh, you're on tour, cool, yeah. Crossing each other, you're like, what are your sound checks like? You're like, it's like Thanksgiving or something like that. You're like, yeah, it's cool. We just like run into each other.
It's crazy how music can bring you to places.
You never thought about it.
It's the most amazing thing
it's beautiful,
ever,
man. Yeah.
You're a different place in the country, and you're like, wow, it's because of a dream that I had.
Yeah.
I love it. It's amazing.
Let's plug this right now. How can people buy tickets to go check out Havoc's tour? What's the name of his Havoc's tour? What's the tagline?
It's the reunion, or the memorable Prodigy tour.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that the phrasing? The memorable Prodigy tour? Am I putting you on the spot here? I'll have to look it up immediately. Vamp. That's improv. Let it jump in there.
Yeah, just the fucking rest in peace fucking Prodigy tour.
That's going to be a heavy emotion tour.
I'm only on 5 dates, but I do the East Coast as well.
People are going to come up for that hard, though. It's going to be fucking sweet, man. I'm just checking out his show here. Yeah, man. Dude. Oh, he's in Virginia Beach. Or was, I guess. I don't know. I'm looking at his...
Those American dates are a lot boring than the American dates. Or the Canadian dates,
But yeah, let's name those dates off again really quick in order. It's going to be Vancouver.
The 6th in Vancouver.
And?
7th in Vernon. Mm-hmm. 8th in Nelson. 9th in Calgary.
Oh,
and
yeah.
10th in Edmonton.
10th in Edmonton. Sweet, man.
Yeah.
That's a good run. That's going to be a great show, guys. Check out tickets in the bio. You can do so.
But then he also
very
goes over to
easily.
the East Coast. I'm not a part of those, but he goes over to the East Coast after that.
You going to roll with those shows?
No.
Probably get some nice naps in there.
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Goat naps. After
Goat
that.
naps. Yeah,
Yeah.
got them. Luke, what do you got coming up next?
Actually, this weekend we've got Digital Motions are hosting Ocean Commotion. We've got a private yacht, 2 floors. Delta Heavy's headlining.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
God damn, Luke.
We also have him at the Red Room afterwards in the evening, at night time. So it's going to be a double show.
Sweet.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Fucking doing it extra large.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's kind of the last big one of the summer. We did Marcus Visionary a couple of months ago out on one of the yachts.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Is it the one with the helicopter on it?
No,
That's the next one.
It's not that fancy.
That's the next one. That's
soon.
the next
Building
one.
up to that.
A couple of years, we'll have a
Sorry,
helipad, yeah.
I'm hyping for you. Yeah, ask Mark. I'm a good hype man. I'll get on the back.
So
I'm
that's
like,
coming up.
this
and,
one's got a helicopter. It's good. Yeah.
Well, how would I know?
How would you know? Jesus Christ, he says.
It's pretty rude.
Well, Mark, always good to have you on the show. Yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys coming in.
Thanks for having
Ladies
us.
and gentlemen, if you're watching or listening to this and you appreciate the show, you want to check it out, we can always do so by going to intergalacticinterviews.com. We're easily searchable. We're the only ones out there. Intergalactic Interviews. We're available on iTunes and YouTube and Stitcher and SoundCloud and wherever the fuck else good music is
You
sold.
said SoundCloud naturally.
I
That's
did,
good.
because even though no one listens to us on SoundCloud, so we can go ahead and
Do these
check
two
this
have
out.
social media handles?
Yeah, can people follow you guys in a particular fashion? How can they do so?
Oh,
Mark
Marked
the
up
internet.
on Facebook,
The
Instagram,
marked up
Snapchat.
events on everything.
Hashtag guest
Mark
list
double
and Luke.
Should we give him his private number for a guest
Yeah,
list for everyone?
778-4. Okay,
For guest list, yeah,
Yeah.
unlimited guest list.
it's Vancouver number. It's 778-484. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Digital Motions, you can find them online. Fortune Sound, find them online. Headspace Live, we haven't got our online or social media base yet. We're still working on that, but that'll be coming soon. So yeah.
Pretty stoked on that.
Bamboo Base actually just got announced the other day as well. Oh, Marky.
Right on time. Business is blowing up. When's Bamboo Base announced?
February 16th and 16th, 17th, 18th is when it's happening.
Just the right time to get out of the city and enjoy some
yeah.
heat
Yeah.
down south. I
Just at the
appreciate
end of the
that.
winter. So
All
all the
right.
information's
Valentine's Day.
coming out
Bamboo's
soon.
amazing as well.
Yeah, check that out for sure. C-Mart, one last bit of business here to do. How can people follow you if they're so interested?
No.
Excellent. Keeping that going. And ladies and gentlemen, we love you all so much. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next week. Mwah. Goodbye.
Wow.
Yo. That was sweet.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's right. Sweating near the end there.
Yeah, that's fine.